The balance within. Emma was a dedicated entrepreneur, the kind who believed that success came solely from relentless hard work and unyielding discipline. She ran a small but growing tech startup, and her days were a blur of meetings, coding sessions, and strategy planning. Sleep was a luxury, meals were often skipped, and personal time was non-existent. She wore her exhaustion like a badge of honor, convinced that sacrificing her well-being was the price of achievement. Despite her efforts, Emma began to feel a creeping sense of burnout. Her creativity waned, mistakes slipped into her work, and a persistent fatigue clouded her mind. One evening, after a particularly grueling day that ended with a critical error in a major project, she sat alone in her dimly lit office, questioning everything. "Why isn't this working?" she muttered to herself. "I'm doing everything I should be, working harder than ever. Isn't that supposed to lead to success?" As she stared blankly at her computer screen, a notification popped up, a reminder about a wellness seminar she had signed up for months ago, but had forgotten in all the chaos. On a whim, she decided to attend. The next day, Emma found herself in a serene conference room, surrounded by professionals from various fields. The speaker, a successful business leader named Maya, began by sharing her own story of burnout and the realization that hard work without self-care was unsustainable. "You cannot pour from an empty cup," Maya said. "Self-love isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Discipline and hard work are important, but without valuing yourself, you undermine your own efforts." Emma felt a pang of recognition. She had been running on empty, neglecting herself in the pursuit of her goals. But the idea of self-love seemed at odds with her understanding of discipline. Wasn't pushing oneself part of the process? During a breakout session, Emma voiced her confusion. "I don't understand how to balance self-love with the need for hard work. If I take time for myself, won't that mean I'm not giving my all to my work?" A fellow attendee, Daniel, smiled sympathetically. "I used to think that way too," he said, "but I've learned that self-discipline includes taking care of yourself. It's about working smarter, not just harder." He continued, "Think of self-love as recharging your batteries. When you're rested and mentally healthy, you're more productive, more creative. The quality of your work improves, and so does your efficiency." Emma pondered his words. Could it be that by neglecting herself, she was actually hindering her success? Determined to find out, she decided to make some changes. She made small ones at first, scheduling regular breaks during the day, setting a reasonable time to leave the office, and incorporating short meditation sessions to clear her mind. She began eating healthier meals and made a commitment to get at least 7 hours of sleep each night, maybe even 8. At first, it felt uncomfortable. She was tempted to push through and ignore her new routine, but she reminded herself that this was an investment in herself and, by extension, her company. Gradually, Emma noticed a difference. Her mind felt sharper. Her solutions and problems were easily solved. Her interactions with her team improved, and she became more patient and attentive. The critical error she had made before attending the seminar became a learning opportunity rather than a lingering source of stress. One afternoon, while taking a walk during a lunch break, a break she never used to take, Emma had a burst of inspiration for a project that had been stalled for weeks. Excited, she returned to the office and shared her ideas with the team. They collaborated enthusiastically, and the project moved forward swiftly. Her team members began to mirror her own approach, finding their own balance between work and self-care. The office atmosphere became more positive and productive. They met deadlines with less stress, and the quality of their work improved noticeably. Emma realized that self-love and discipline weren't opposing forces, but complementary ones. Discipline wasn't just about pushing oneself to the limit. It was also about creating healthy habits that sustained long-term success. By valuing herself, she was better equipped to handle challenges and lead her team effectively. Reflecting on her journey, Emma understood that transforming her life didn't mean abandoning hard work. It meant integrating it with self-compassion. She had learned to listen to her needs without compromising her ambitions. One evening, as she left the office at a reasonable hour, Emma looked up at the sky, painted with the colors of sunset. She felt a sense of fulfillment she hadn't experienced before, not just from her professional achievements, but from knowing she was taking care of herself along the way. She smiled, thinking of the words Maya had shared at the seminar. Success is not just about reaching your goals. It's about the person you become along the way. Emma had found her balance, bridging hard work and self-love to transform her life and, in turn, the lives of those around her.